All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am with the cast of Dungeons and Dragons. Happy Comic-Con. We are back. It has been over 1,000 days since the last Comic-Con. How does it feel to just return and be with the fans? Has anyone never... You've all been to Comic-Con before, right? You've never?
Absolutely. I've been every year for the last 20 years, just because I love it, yeah. I come as the Wicked Witch of the West.
In full cosplay.
Yeah.
Hugh cosplay.
Yeah.
How long does the body paint take?
Well, I've got it down now. I've got it down to half an hour. Yeah. My mother does it.
You just walk up right from the basement and
So how does it feel to be back at Comic-Con? How did it feel to do your panel? You're among the fans, the energy in the room. What has it been like, Chris?
it's been great to be back, especially after 3 years or whatever of not seeing human beings in that kind of quantity. Is about 7,000 people in the H Hall. And it was great. You know, I think we made a really fun film, and it's a nice. The film has a positive, joyful energy to it that I think is a nice kind of first. A nice thing to introduce the audience to before their weekend of festivities. So I was really happy to be back there.
I keep hearing it seems like you guys all had the best time making this movie. Is that accurate? And what stands out to you now that you're looking back at the experience?
You know what? Like, to be fair, like, this is the toughest crowd ever.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. For something like this that has lived among the population of the Comic-Con goers for over 40 years, you're talking about a long history with Dungeons and Dragons. It's not just the movie being made now. And so the fact that you work with somebody like, with two guys like Jonathan and John who respect that world so much and have so much love for it, when I read the script, I was like, wait a minute. You guys actually care about what you're doing. This is attention to detail here. And like, I don't know, I just feel like there was a lot of pressure coming here. Sure. But like, and I kind of put all my chips into John and Jonathan and in Chris, and in believing in the project and in the love that was surrounding it, just by meeting everybody and deciding to do it. But coming here is like a whole other monster, because there's no greater criticism than coming to Comic-Con with something like the IP of Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, if you're coming with Dungeons and Dragons to Comic-Con, you better be ready to be like either taken down or raised up. And so like, I'm like happy that we like survived. Like, that was cool. Like, they accepted us. Like, we haven't gotten, nobody's criticized us yet. So, like, I feel safe for now. Like, right? Right? Don't you guys?
They cheered you. It was a really good
pretty
time.
Cool.
Everyone really enjoyed themselves.
I'm stoked.
I'm sure you've all been a part of franchises that I'm sure people would want to come up to you and ask you about. Did you have a memorable experience, like fan interaction, since you've been at Comic-Con? I know it's day one, but you did have your panel today. So, Regé, anything for you that stands out interacting with fans today?
Honestly, just the panel in Hall H. Like, Hall H is a literal dream. It's legendary. I literally talked to Chris Evans a couple of days about it, and he was just like, dude, it's huge. It's a lot. And it's hard to imagine it before you walk out, but feeling that sense of community, especially after, I think this is the first Hall H in like 3 years. And so that release of energy and that positivity was electric, and being able to share, as Michelle was saying, there's an expectation on this movie. Everyone just really wants it to be good. And then feeling your own community come back at you and say, hey, I think that might be good, is one of the best feelings in the world. It was huge.
Who has the most D&D cred among the group?
She hates it when we say it, so she might have to out herself.
That's tough.
I think Regé does.
Yeah. It's me, technically.
Here I am trying to save you, Sophia.
He handed the microphone to me. It was kind of I played it a bit in high school. And technically, that's the most out of all of you, so...
I don't know. I might have whooped your ass in Jersey from age 14 to 16.
She played more than me, actually, so...
It's 2 years. I mean, is 2 years really more than you?
How much have you played? I guess it really depends.
Basement time, I'd probably give it a good 300 hours of D&D time.
Maybe more than me, yeah, maybe more.
I don't know.
300 seems like a lot of hours.
It's a lot, but I was a teenager, so pruning stage.
That's super quick.
What was the biggest question you had when you were told we're making a D&D movie? What was the biggest thing that was important for you going into the film?
Don't suck. That's the most.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Like it can't suck.
I think for me is the humor of it. Yeah, that it didn't take itself so seriously, that it had good heart. My personal preference for these films is not, to kind of skew right down the center in that 80s poppy Spielberg kind of crowd pleasing populist sort of film, not meta or cynical or too cool for school or commenting on itself. And this had the right element of big action fun and good heart and good messaging and joy and laughter. So those were the important elements for me.
Hugh, how about for you? I feel like your character is the most shrouded in mystery out of everyone here.
In real life or in the film?
In the film.
Well,
Actually, maybe in real life too.
no, I did not expect to love the script when it was sent to me, but I really did. It's odd, because I'm a man who hates everything. And it really made me laugh. And I don't know, maybe I'm losing my judgment, but I thought it was hilarious. And from what little I've seen of the film, all that humour seems to have survived production, which is not always the case. But, this lot are all brilliant and very good at throwing away dry humour. And, I think I feel quietly positive, most unlike me.
I think it's one of the reasons it's so good to launch this at Comic-Con is that the movie's also unafraid of being earnest when it's earnest, which is the thing that I've always enjoyed about this community. It's a place where you can go to enjoy something, like really, truly and fully. It's a place where your imagination can run wild. And the movie did that without ever falling into any of its own traps. It has huge heart, it has huge humor, and it was somewhere that we could all have a good time, but also trust that the film was going to carry us. And seeing an audience respond to that as well is just, it's hugely encouraging. Was that a fist bump?
I was going to grab the mic. I was super psyched when I heard they were making a D&D movie, because I always thought that, I always imagine playing D&D is exactly like what a writer's room is, someone coming up with an idea for a plot, everyone coming up with characters, they try to figure out how these characters overcome this problem, and it's basically just writing a story. And whenever I play D&D, I always think, man, this would be a great book or a great movie or a great show, and they did it. So. Yeah, I was super psyched, and I really wanted to be a part of it because this has kind of been my dream.
Yeah, I imagine you all are incredible at D&D, actually. Going with... What's the story there, Regé?
March 2023, you'll find out.
Oh, boom. Going with the heist theme, what's the best thing you've ever heisted from a set? In anything you've ever
I got
worked on?
scrolls from D&D.
Oh, you took something? You took some stuff?
No, I mean, they gave it to me. Does it count if they give it to you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I got the scrolls. I really like the scrolls. So, they hooked me up with some scrolls.
That has to have some cool props.
I got in the first draft, really, of my character, I had teeth. Canine teeth of sorts, and that did not pass. But I got a mail. I got in the mail a few weeks after finished shooting. I got home and they sent me my teeth, which I have not touched.
I've never.
Since then. I don't know what to do with it, but technically.
I worked on D&D and they sent me
my teeth in the mail.
So
no note.
That's my thing.
Did they have traces of ash?
We're gonna keep going back to that, huh?
I'm so sorry. It's just in awe that tieflings eat ash. Your name's Ash, isn't it?
My name is Ash. I love this cast. On that note, I've got to let y'all go and enjoy the rest of your Comic-Con.
All right, you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.